This is about emails, especially in Lightning, and I'm using a Spring 18 pre-release org to do this. It's got some of the new features, not many, but just some. So I'm on a contact record and I'm on the activity tab, and I've got an email button here. How does this email button get here, you may ask, because it is a little bit difficult. So we have to edit the object and go to the page layout to add that button. Now you can add this button to any record. It doesn't have to be accounts. Sorry, it doesn't have to be contacts. It can be accounts. It can be any record you want. And on the other records, you just choose the contact you want to send. So again, we've got our Salesforce Mobile Lightning Experience Quick Actions, and we need to make sure that the email. So let's just find the email, and look, there could be a couple of them, and it depends on what apps you've got installed. There may be 10 of them, but we've got to just hover over that email thing and make sure it is the send email quick action. If you've got that email button on your global layout for publisher layout, or your page layout in the Salesforce Mobile and Lightning Experience bar, then your email button will appear. Now, it will not appear in a sandbox because your email deliverability is set to system only, so the button will not even appear. So don't try that in a sandbox. Okay, so we've just clicked on the email button, and it tells us that we're going to send it to this contact from us as a user. Now, and it's added in my signature. So how did it get my signature? So let's just go to settings. So this is a new feature in Spring 18. Finally uses your email signature. It's never been able to do this even in Classic. And so I'm using this little trick, which is you can put an image in the side of your email signature by using just the raw HTML. So I've just got here my email address, my signature, my phone number as a basic email signature. The other thing you can do is set an email to automatically BCC you, and to set what your from email address is and your from name. Now, remembering that if you change that, the inbox that receives, that you're changing it to, will receive a link, and you have to click on the link to verify that change. So it doesn't have to be from you, but it can't be from an org-wide address. That would be really nice, but you can sort of make it happen by changing the email to that org-wide address, but it's a bit annoying. Okay, so that's about all you need to change on there to set that. So we'll go back to our contact and choose our contact again and choose email. So that's where that email signature comes from, that happens on the default email. So that's now this Powered by Salesforce. I've had a bit of a freak out today thinking, oh, is this new in Spring 18? No, it seems to be it's just a feature in because I'm in a trial org, so that's will go away in the standard org. So it'll just be your email signature, and so you can just type a subject in and just type in your details of what you're going to send, and away you go, send. That's the most basic way you can do it. But then notice all these little buttons down here. The first one I'm going to do is the pop out to dot view. And this is a bit handy because it gets a little bit claustrophobic in there, and if you've got a big screen, you can make it pop out. And then you've got in attaching a file. So these are the files that are attached to this record, and I've got a lovely picture of a kitten. I'm going to attach a file to that thing. So it's great. In Classic, you could never attach a file that was attached to this record to an email that was sending out. So this is a lovely feature. Okay, you can insert a merge field. So let's just make this quite nice. So insert the first name. So contact first name. Nice. Thanks for your time today. Whatever your rest of your email is. Now let's have a look at that merge field thing better. So it's showing fields to use with Jody, and then I've got contact, and then I scroll down here, I've got organization. Now, if you rename your account's organization, that's not that that's your Salesforce org. So you could have the company name, etc. And you've got your user. You've got no account fields in there, but we can make it have account fields in there. So let's just choose the account that this is related to. And then if we choose the insert merge field, you can see because this is related to Dickinson and to Jody, we can choose the account fields in here. So let's just choose the account description and we'll insert that. Now, you'd never put the description in an email, but we're just using this thing. So now we can preview our email. And so you can see here, thank you, Jody. So that's good. Thanks for your time today. And here's my description that's on the Dickinson account. Okay. And we've got then the signature and the email. Sorry, the Powered by Salesforce thing. Now, there's one thing here that you've got your standard bold, italic, bullets, etc. You've got hyperlinks, but there is not an insert image button here at all. That is just highly annoying. Just you can't even just quickly insert an image. You know, suppose they expect you to use cases and use knowledge and attach a knowledge article to the case. Don't know, but I would like to just quickly choose an image. But what you can do if you've already got that image in a HTML file, so I've got some HTML content here, I can just grab that HTML content and I can paste that in, and it formats it just as you would the HTML content, and there is your image. So the little trick that you can use to send images. Oh look, you can pop it out even more. That's really good, because I was getting a little bit claustrophobic if that image in there that it was taking up, it was not big enough. But now here's a full composed window. Okay, so you can see here we've got the account description, etc. I'm just going to get rid of that image before. So I've got this related to the account. Now, what if I wanted to relate it to something else? So normally, you know, I might want to relate it to an opportunity. So let's choose an opportunity, and I'm going to choose an opportunity that is not Dickinson, it's Cardinal. And if I choose my merge fields now, it's got here related to Cardinal and the opportunity. So I can do opportunity and say, let's say opportunity name, and insert that. But I've got account description still here. Now let's do preview here and have a look at that. So it says Dickinson is a key customer, so it's still getting the field from Dickinson as a merge field, and it's getting the field from the opportunity as a merge field. So that's really cool. So you can actually then just type in the account merge fields. So I've got a custom field on my account called show, and let's just preview that. And there's that field for the show next after the hyphen. So you don't have full merge field capacity like you've had in other Visualforce emails, and you don't have the ability to do custom sections that you had in Visualforce emails. And unfortunately, you can't use a Visualforce email template here, but it's doing these little tricks that where you can type in the merge fields, etc., is really quite great. Of course, just the other fields here, we've got the subject, we can show the CCs and the BCCs, just standard email fields. So I can, send that as a standard field. Now, there's no way I would go to the extent of creating merge fields if it was just for an email that I wanted to send once off. But the idea is that any one of your users, you or any one of your users, can create this as a template for sending again and again. And this is what you want in an organization. You want people to save templates and have corporate templates. Okay, so there is no way to stop people from creating templates. There's no way from people to stop people from seeing all of the templates that are created. So, having a corporate style is going to be difficult, but, you're going to have to manage that. So you choose the template button and you go save as a new template. So org and op details. And be very specific about what you're naming it and what the description is, because everyone in your org can see this. Includes details about the org account, I should say, and the opportunity. So I better rename that to the account. Okay, and we're going to save that. Okay, so that's as simple as it is to create a template. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close out of that email, come back in, I'll just refresh this contact, and I'll come back in and create an email again. So I'll go to my email, and I'm going to insert a template now. So I'm going to choose a template, insert a template, and the very first thing it chooses is my Lightning templates, and this is all of the templates I've created. But if I go to all Lightning templates, every template that everyone else has created, there you can see who it's created by. You can delete templates from here. So luckily as an admin, you can delete templates. So, so let's just choose, and then we've got classic templates. We can go and choose all of our classic templates in all of our folders. Notice there is no folders for Lightning templates. There is no way to organize them at all, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so in classic email templates, if they've got images and everything like that inside the classic templates, they will work well. But there is no Visualforce email templates here. You can't even see Visualforce email templates in this list. So, so let's just choose that, insert that template, and it says it will override everything. And interestingly, that didn't bring my signature in, the full image of my signature. Ah, that's interesting. I don't know why. Just pause for a second while I work that. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why, but my template that I created before didn't save, so I just recreated it, but it was still there. It didn't allow me to save it as the same name, but anyway, we'll just see why. I'm not sure why that's happened. So that is now inserted that template, and the contact first name, account description, show. Now if we were to preview that at the moment, it's not going to show that opportunity name, because it is not related to that opportunity. So let's just make sure we relate it to an opportunity there first, and we can preview that email. And so here is the Dickinson is the key customer and the new op. So obviously I've got, oh yes, I've got a typo in that field because that field didn't come up properly. So let's just preview that again. And here's our other field. Okay, so we can send that, we've inserted a template and we can send that template. So that's pretty cool. After your email has been sent, you can see that it sends it to the activity timeline. And if we went to that opportunity for cardinal opportunities, that will also be on the activity timeline for that opportunity. Now, I don't have an activity timeline on the opportunity, so hang on a second. Okay, so by the magic of pausing, we now have an opportunity activity timeline on that opportunity, and we can see that past activity or deal with us, and we can see that email that has been sent, and it tells us, you know, here's the email that has been sent. It tells us what attachments we had, if we had any. It tells us what it was related to, and it tells us who was the sender and who the recipient was. So the contact was the recipient, the sender was the user, and it if there was any other users or senders, emails, recipients, it would show it there. So look, this is a pretty good history of the email in full color, full details of everything that's been sent. This is the lovely features around the enhanced email. Okay, so that's everything really about sending one single email. But the lovely thing that we now have in Lightning, and this came out in the winter 18 release is the list emails. So I'm just choosing a few different emails, contacts, and I'm going to do send list email. So it says here's the 3 contacts that I have chosen, but what I can also do is add any other list. If I want to add my whole contacts list, I can just choose that, or I can have a list, a list view created for anything, and I can just add that. I can type in the subject and just type in my emails as I want. I can again use that little trick of doing a count, typing in the field, because if I do the insert merge field here, it is only going to show me the contact, the organization, and the user fields. So let's just put in the contact first name just to be nice. So I'll put in that in the correct place. And we've got the rest of our emails. Everything else is exactly the same. We've got Trailblazer, there's signature. We've got the, we can attach a file. Let's again choose my kitten. And we can prepare our email, but this email is not going to go to just the one recipient, it's going to go to the 3. Now I'm not going to send it because I'm in a pre-release organ, it's only got the 10 limits, but when I review it, I can see how it will look with those merge fields for every different contact. So a contact is not related to Dickinson, so there's no details there. Andy and Jody are related to Dickinson, so there's details here. Now that is absolutely fabulous. Now I've got to send it, so because I have got to show you what is what happens with this after it's sent. So give me 1 second. So after it's sent, the list email is queued, and here it's saying you sent a list email. So, but the wonderful thing about this is it's not a task anymore, so it doesn't take up your 2 kilobytes of data storage, and this is really critical, especially for not-for-profits who don't have a lot of data, that can't afford to pay all that money to Salesforce for extra data storage. Now you can see here I don't know why that's going like that, but you can see here it just shows you in the list email, it just shows you the merge fields. Now this may not be good because it's not a direct copy of the email that has been sent, and if the merge fields have changed in your history since then it's not going to be show you that full history. So there's don't use this for audit capacity. But then you've got here all of the contacts that it was sent to. One of them obviously didn't have an email address, so it wasn't sent to all of them. And we've got all of the attachments that were sent. And the wonderful thing is, whether this is 2 email addresses or 1,000 email addresses, it's only going to be this one record with all of these different recipients attached to it. So that is very, very, very cool. Now, so that's the really cool things about list emails. The problem with list emails is at the moment is you cannot do list emails from campaigns just yet. There's new lovely features in Spring 18 where you can add contacts to campaigns and add leads to campaigns, but there is no list email in the campaign yet. So that would be where it is. Nothing there yet. And you can't, in Lightning, create a list view with a campaign, with the contacts only from that campaign, because the filter here has no relationship to campaign. So if you want to do a filter, a list view for campaigns, you can go back to Classic, create that list view for that campaign, and then use the list email feature to send all people from that campaign. A few other limitations around sending. Again, you can't do Visualforce emails. Can't do conditional sections, because you haven't got the Visualforce email stuff. But for really basic emails, that, you know, you are not going to have, you know, fancy stuff in there. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely feature. So hopefully that will help